Now we're ready for step number 3. And this is the step where you look critically at the colour that you have on your paper. Remember, watercolour dries a little bit lighter. It always looks glossy and rich when it's wet, but it always dries slightly lighter. So I find it useful to actually bring the photograph right up and compare the colour with the colour that you've got on your paper. And I think it's lacking a little bit of golden yellow. I think the colour there is very beautiful. And I'm going to give a third wash here to try and get that really golden colour, and perhaps a little bit on the top of the head. So this is going to be just a quick job. If you get to step number 3 and you think you've got enough colour already, then you leave out step number 3 altogether. Omit it and carry on to step number 4, which is shadows. But I want to put a little bit of golden yellow in there. I'm using quinacridone gold. It was not on my recommended list of paints for you, but it is a very useful, very transparent, wonderful colour that you can use as a glaze on top of other washes, on top of other glazes, and it's wonderful for lifting a painting at the last minute, where it just looks as though it needs a lift, and this is a very wonderful colour for doing that. Here I go into this area on the back where I think we need richer colour. Just going to let it go down the side a little and on the neck. In fact, I'm going to put a little bit of burnt sienna here as well, because looking at the photograph, I don't think I have the side of this neck rich enough. Putting a little bit in here. Now, you might think this looks a little bit garish now, but really once the spots are on, this colour will be very hidden. If you're doing an animal with spots, don't worry about imperfections in your washes. You will see later on when we start the spots how the spots make everything right. The spots cover all sorts of little errors and cabbage-edged washes, etc., etc. A little bit here, and rich a little bit there. And that is all I'm doing for wash number 3. I'm not putting this bright yellow into the background, please note. It's a very strong and hot colour. It advances very strongly, and we don't want the background to advance to the same extent. Obviously we want the leopard to be in front, and the background is going to be a background, so I'm not putting this strong yellow into the background. That is all I'm doing for the 3rd step. So I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in there. And soften that edge a bit. That